They're playing to eventually move on to playing the title fight, of course, against Sync Esports, who is coming off of their victory as of last week, actually, well, against this recent gaming team over here. So, obviously, you know, we are finally good to go. Yes, again, we had some delays here. The original format, the idea was that the 5v5 Cup winner, as it was last week, would move on to play as the other team that would be voted for, and in this case, BMG voted for. It was supposed to be Rexars ended up winning the Cup. They weren't able to make it. GX was then said that they could make it as the runner-up team. Unfortunately, last minute, they had to drop out, so we're kind of scrambling around. But like I said, I mean, Reason Gaming, these guys, it seems like they're just always ready to play. So if ever have any issues, they're like, yeah, we'll come on and play. So, hey, honestly expecting a pretty solid matchup here in the end of Bad Monkey Gaming versus Reason Gaming. So with that said, let's take a look and see how things are starting off here as far as the bans and the picks. So obviously, again, this is a new Earth, I guess you can say, coming at you in terms of these two teams. Obviously, with the patch 3.4 coming out, the rising tide, as it's called, a lot of changes happened, a lot of things to talk about over time. And again, the more matches that happen, we'll get more and more of an idea as far as how things are adjusting. But starting with this King of the Hill series, didn't really see too many crazy things last week. We'll see how it's like this week. But again, game number 1 here, so enough of all of that. Here we are with the bands on the picks. So the bands, we got Pharaoh, Ophelia, Tundra, Gauntlet coming out. So kind of interesting there. The Gauntlet being up there on the list for Reason Gaming to want to take away from BMG, as well as the Ophelia. And again, with those jungle changes and whatnot, Handskin, I'm sure they would still love to pick up Ophelia in the end, but definitely getting changed around. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing, watching these jungler players now post-patch and see how things develop as a result of those changes. So with that said, though, the initial pick ends up being Rhapsody, followed by Puppet Master, Kraken into Torturer, Swiftblade, then into Electrician. So a couple of things to talk about here, obviously, when it comes to these following up picks. So as far as that's concerned, we do have, obviously, Electrician, and that's definitely a standout one. Now, he did get some buffs in this recent patch when it comes down to it, as far as this, I believe it was the Cleansing Shock that got buffed all the way. It's, I believe, 4-second cooldown at level 3 now. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous, especially for, honestly, what it brings to the table. Not only the speed increase, but obviously the Purge effect itself in terms of both offensively and defensively. So, not too shabby of a tool, so it looks like Reason Gaming going to try to use him here. Where he's used is kind of the question mark, obviously. Will he be used maybe more that suicide situation, or perhaps in a middle presence, does have great lockdown, but needs to be able to channel it, so not necessarily the most efficient in the end, but again, we'll see where he ultimately ends up here. But and then Swiftblade for Bad Monkey Gaming, going a different carry style route here, not one we see all too often, definitely not out of the ordinary, though, with that said. Now, the next tier of bans, we got Magnus, Bubbles, Parasite, Wretched Act, Devourer, Sir Bensington. Coming out right here. Sir Bensington, he's kind of interesting because, again, from what I remember last week, I think it was the Sync versus Reason series. Sync was able to get their hands on Sir Bensington. I believe it was in the game number 1 of that series. Kaiser ended up playing it, of course, but they got it in after the second tier of bans went through. It wasn't banned at all. I mean, it seems like the value of Sir Bensington, he didn't get any changes in this last patch. It seems like the value of him, though, has definitely gone down drastically amongst the competitive teams here when it comes down to it. So he was crazy hyped going to the World Finals. There was a lot of hype of him at the World Finals, a lot of bans and whatnot happening. We saw him picked every now and then. But then post, these last couple of King of the Hills, maybe not as much. So something kind of changing there in the mindset. I mean, at the same time, he's still a very, very powerful solo laner. And obviously can do work, as we have seen many, many of times. So Imba Boy's like, he's still strong enough. We're not going to let you guys pick him up here. And so they decided to take him out with their final ban. The next pickup coming out, Empath. Going to be happening here for Bad Monkey Gaming as far as a secondary support, or maybe their main support. We'll see where her and Rhapsody kind of end up, but Empath coming out for Bad Monkey. So, again, as far as her presence here, good synergy with the Swiftblade, being able to jump inside of Swiftblade, especially with that as one, and allow him to do even more work in those fights. So, Also making a point, though, they ain't going the jungle. I mean, you do have the Ophelia and Parasite bans, of course, but you got like a Tempest option, of course. There's like Warbeast. Warbeast definitely got buffed in his jungle presence even more with his Hellhounds actually getting buffed. And, of course, the changes, Legionnaire, there's been talks of him maybe making a comeback. Cthulhu Font, dare I say. Cthulhu Font, obviously, another one on the mind there for a possible jungle option kind of moving forward, but at this point, not going to be seeing here most likely, especially again with the setup currently from Bad Monkey Gaming. But I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the Yellowfin to make his appearance, especially when it comes to the jungle here in the end. So there's a lot of chat going on in the chat. Go figure. I guess that is what it's there for, technically. Warbeast is being right-clicked over here by Reason Gaming, so about all the talk there, Reason could definitely go jungle themselves still. At the same time, Reason, if out of all of these top-tier teams, they're probably the one team that kind of stands out as not necessarily usually going the jungle route. So, Prisoner 945 coming out instead, so a little bit of a change-up there. But they go the Prisoner. Now, Prisoner is kind of interesting because, again, he got some buffs, or more so changes. I mean, his base damage was buffed. There was a change to his passive. It's no longer just a straight-up raw damage impact. Instead, now it's based off the cooldown of your abilities. So it can be worse, but it also can be better at times. If you've actually used 3 abilities, it will be a 90% base damage increase compared to the 60% at max level that it just was static all before. However, it's down to 30% for just based on the cooldowns of your ability. So again, it's kind of a buff and nerf in that sense when you look at it. But and we actually had the chance, or I should say, Honkast had the chance, myself specifically, to have the chance to sit down with Hanskin yesterday. Actually, no, I don't know why I said that. That was actually earlier today. It's already been so long. Earlier today, in fact, we've already uploaded it to the Honkast YouTubes, so you can check it out if you wanted to, perhaps after this matchup. But got to sit down with Hanskin and get his take on patch 3.4, specifically certain changes. And, kind of like we did last time with KZoo, hopefully to do it with more players as well as we move on here in these coming weeks. But got the chance to sit down with him. We went a 3 good, 3 bad. As far as the good was concerned, we were looking at heroes like Prisoner was one of the goods that he brought up in terms of ones that he liked. He liked the change. Obviously they're a team that is known or had been known for picking him up in the past in terms of Prisoner, especially for Super KG, of course. And they could definitely see themselves picking it up again with those changes. So they like the changes. They end up getting him here as far as their 4th pick on Reason Gaming. And then the final pick, Jeriziah. So we're going to see a Jeriziah presence here in game number 1 of Reason versus Bad Monkey Gaming. So Jeriziah coming out up against this Legion lineup. Master of Arms, by the way, the final pick for the Legion side. So definitely a great candidate for that No Fire Blade pickup. We'll see if No Fire Blade is going to be an option here, especially with that final pick, Jeriziah, of course, coming out. So with that said, as far as game number 1 here, BMG versus Reason. Let me go ahead and change my in-game interface real quickly. There we go. All right, so as far as Reason Gaming is concerned, again, Jeriziah was one of those fun picks to see. Is this a new skin, by the way? I always get to have ADD when it comes to that, of course. Well, it's like all golden, all special looking. Look at that. All right, so as far as his presence is concerned, he's just like one of those every now and then picked up heroes. He usually does great, it seems like, and then kind of dies off shortly after. So we'll see if Reason Gaming is going to be set up to have that this time around. Or will it be different, perhaps? But with that said, oh, you know what? I really hope... No, this should... okay. I was hoping, because I did have to replug in my webcam, so I was hoping that my program didn't pick up on the webcam mic, but no, it should be good. I noticed there's like 1 or 2 people mentioning about maybe the audio. I don't see why there would be, so I do apologize if there is, but it looks like everything's fine on my end and everything, so using the same microphone that I have always been. Let me actually double-check. Side situation, or perhaps... No, sounds fine to me. I mean, I'll turn myself down a little bit maybe, so maybe it's not as staticky on the high end. So, anyways. Okay, so back to the game itself. As far as what we're looking at here, we got Swiftblade, Rhapsody, and Empath heading towards the top side. So we're going to be seeing an aggressive tri-lane coming out here from Bad Monkey Gaming. looking for some earlier kills, and of course Swiftblade definitely great when he's got that stun assist to work with. Now you look at Rhapsody and Empath, maybe not necessarily the best synergy when it comes to that as far as the long duration stuns, but at the same time that wall could definitely block them off and cause some good spin damage to happen, and if placed appropriately. Then, of course, the staccato stunts can stagger it enough to get some good kills. But you look at how Reason Gaming is responding. They send Prisoner, Jared towards the top. Prisoner going to be hooking in right there on his Swiftblade. He's going to throw up the spin immediately. And in the end, not nearly enough damage going to be coming on either side. It looks like Empath going to take some extra. Jeremiah is still running in right here. He has his inner light to use still. As far as that heal is concerned, Swiftblade, the spin's not going to be coming up for a while. So he's playing pretty ballsy here, but in the end, he will be forced back. But both sides, they're not going to give up to one another just yet. There's the inner light heal, but a beautiful wall up from Empath. This could be the death of St. Rocks. Will it be? Yes, probably. Yes, it will. I was waiting for that final auto attack. Finally came through. And Jeremiah falls, but at what cost right there? A 1-for-1 exchange coming up between the two. The spin coming off cooldown. Swiftblade trying his best. It's only a level 1 spin, though. He's taking a lot of damage himself. Will it be enough to kill him? Nice wall off at the last second. Coming out from Empath. We do see a kill and a torture as a result. And Prisoner will walk away in the end. Holy crap. What play coming out right there from both sides. But in the end, it is a 2-to-1 hero kill advantage for Bad Monkey Gaming. Beautiful wall off from Hanskin there at the last second to not only help save Fuzi on Swiftblade, but also set up the turn kill. In fact, and not the best wall off right there, but it still will be the kill on a Prisoner in the end. So it seems like this aggressive trial is already paying off pretty big time here for our Legion side. So Bad Monkey Gaming off to that 3-to-1 hero kill start. We see Jarazak kind of running back and forth in right here with those red boots of his. But not going to get the positioning, and they're really relying on this Prisoner hook right here, especially after the start now. It's already starting to look pretty damn good for BMG, and not as much for Reason, but they're not going to let them phase them. They know they might be a little bit low on mana, specifically Swiftblade. He does not have a spin. They pull in Rhapsody, going for the turn, go to Torture. Not going to be enough just yet. Yes, it will be. They get the kill. Now, Jarazai used the Protective Charm, but obviously auto attacks don't care about that, so Swiftblade's still able to get the kill. What is going on up here? I mean, this is just non-stop action, and it is going to be a 5-to-2 hero kill lead out of nowhere. I shouldn't say out of nowhere, I guess. It's just because of crazy back and forth between the two teams. So, with that said, Swiftblade, he is already level 3 now. He is 3-0-2 in hero kill stats, 470 gold per minute. Looking very strong. So, I think it's safe to say for Reason not going as planned. I haven't even looked at the other lanes just yet for good reason, but let's take a glance at the other lanes and see what's going on here. Puppet Master versus Kraken. Middle matchup, 1 versus 1. You got Puppet Master currently. Kind of interesting to see that in the first place. I mean, Mid-Boy playing the Puppet, not usually going to be seen in that 1v1 matchup mid, but because of the lane setup, obviously. And also this Jarazai pick, that makes it even that much more interesting. So, with what they had already, kind of just taking this in right now, but, I mean, this from the get-go was set up to be a secondary support Jarazai. And, that's you can see where it's good because a level 1 Protective Charm is still very powerful. The inner light's a strong ability and whatnot, but he is going to be delayed to levels pretty big time, especially seeing as they're part of a trial lane here, and the start isn't going the best for them. So his impact's going to be not nearly as effective in the end. He's not going to have the level start, and he won't get the early item pickup, such as an early Ring of Sorcery, which is a very must-have item, I think it's safe to say, on a Jarazai. I mean, he wants to be able to use those abilities pretty frequently, especially in those team fights, especially the inner light, and doesn't have the best mana pool in terms of earlier on in the game. So we'll see if that changes up here in terms of his item progression as the game moves on. Of course, we are still very early on, but obviously, it's setting up to be not in the best impact, unfortunately. Swiftblade going back in right here. He's got Ghost Marcher, so he's pretty fast, doing some good damage right here. But, in the end, he's also dropping low, so going to have to start falling back. And he will kind of sit back in the lane and continue to go back to Creep Farm. But now the bottom lane, let's actually take a quick look at that real quickly. Electrician versus Master of Arms down here. MOA 22-10. Electrician currently 17-5. As far as this Creep Farm matchup is concerned. Electrician's going to run in right here. Blast shot away from Master of Arms, but Electrician's not going to let that phase him. He's going to sit on top. He doesn't have the static grip, so he's not going to be using that here, but it might not matter in the end. No, it will not. Electrician just sitting on top of him. Zane gets credit for the kill right there. As a result, so Jonas a fan playing the short lane Master of Arms. Not something you usually would see him playing, of course, but in the end, he does get picked up. And again, that's Electrician for you, though. If he's able to get next to you like that, even with the blast shot away from Master, unfortunately, he blast shot him towards the direction he was hoping to run in. So obviously that wasn't the most efficient use right there. And, it's not surprising to see him not have static grip, but in the end, the fact that he's still able to get the kill without that, also, not the best of news for Jonas a fan down there. But overall, again, it still seems like Zane, now with the kill especially, you could say he's even winning the lane. The creep farm still slightly better for Master of Arms. But not too bad of a start for Electrician. And in fact, he is level 6 now, so he's got that cleansing shock here to use. So we'll see if he maybe ports into the top lane in the near future if it calls for it to perhaps set up some counter kills. That could be a very, very likely possibility. But Puppet Master, he's just having a good time in the middle lane overall. 42-7. Compared to a Kraken who's 20-2. Again, not too surprising to see that. And Puppet Master, a very strong laner, especially against a melee hero. That Puppet show extra powerful. Could really cause issues for Kraken. So, Kraken stayed alive at least, of course, but in the end, Puppet Master winning the matchup. Now, this is interesting. Empath, Empath realizing, yeah, wait a second, I don't want to go in there because Electrician just ported in. But at the same time, that's also going to stop the gank attempt from Electrician. And you see at the top lane, they know Empath is missing, so they try to take advantage, but it's not going to happen. They cannot get enough follow-up. Jared, in the meantime, Inner Light comes out. There's the pull on a Swiftblade. He's trying to run away. Chain reactions will connect, but Swiftblade too damn fast with those Ghost Marchers. Protective Charm comes out from Jeremiah, but it's not nearly enough. And down he falls. Rhapsody in the meantime. The tower damage. No! Demon the Master's call at the last second. Seal Kit was getting extra ballsy there, but maybe that was the plan all along. They knew they had that cooldown ready to go, so able to take some tower damage. Really wanted that kill on Torture as well, but not able to pick it up. Handskin, he went for the blind wall. Man, that was close too. If Torture was still hanging around there for another couple seconds, that would have very, very easily been a kill right there on a Torturer. So at least he does survive. Does Torture being played by Reason's Painty here, being their main support, of course, in this case. But once again, this top lane where the action has been, it's definitely setting the tone right now for BMG. I mean, overall, big picture, though, it's not the worst for Reason Gaming. Because, again, you got a Puppet Master. Is off to a strong start here middle lane. He actually went the full Grave Locket here first. We'll see how that progression continues. Ideally with that Whispering Helm. And, again, talking about the Whispering Helm, the jungle changes. You have heroes like Ophelia and Parasite, definitely feeling the change there with the new minions is where I'm getting at. Whispering Helm also, it's going to be interesting to see what minions are taking over with Whispering Helm. Now, I kind of wonder if, the Alchemist Ogre is a possibility, maybe a likely possibility to look for. Because you figure, on cooldown, I forget the length of the cooldown, but being able to kill a creep escalate by itself, not too shabby. Way to get gold. Puppet Master in the meantime, he's trying to get away right here. Will he be able to in the end? He gets stunned by the SS Drain. There's a charge from Kraken, and down goes Puppet Master. So the gank attempt successful in the middle lane. As far as Empath coming in to set it up, of course they know that she's missing what's going to the top lane, but they're just not able to get an opportunity to get a counter kill up here. So just as I got finished saying how at least Puppet Master's doing good, I guess the Caster's Curse kind of kicking in right there. Electrician level 7, he's got the Invis Rune. He's looking to gank the top lane currently. We'll see if he gets that opportunity right here. He's kind of setting himself up. You got Prisoner here, level 5. Again, looking for the hook chance. Swiftblade, not the most ideal candidate. They want somebody else, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Rhapsody able to make it away right there. Going to be fine. However, Electrician going balls to the wall right here once again. Purge coming out. He's going to take the stun from the Essence Grip. Pour coming in. You see Kraken looking to set himself up for release Kraken. Not going to happen, though, because, well, he doesn't have it. 40-second cooldown still. So, yeah, kind of caught me off guard for a second. I was like, wait a second, that was a decent opportunity, but no. They're going to chase. Sweat Slash just coming out, but it bounced into the creep. Not the best outcome in the end. Down goes Empath, and BMG, the rest of them, will have to fall back right here. Rhapsody's going to get caught out as well, and Rhapsody is going to be taken out in the end. So, good turnaround there from Reason Gaming. Puppet Master especially being there. Big, big deal there for the Hellborn team. Master of Arms at the bottom lane that whole time. He did use his Master's Call, looks like. I'm guessing it was the Red Master's Call throughout that fight. But obviously not enough to at least save both those kills in the end from happening. But he is pushing in the bottom lane. Or continuing to do so for the meantime. So you got some good damage being put on the creep wave as well as the tower, dropping about just below half life. We'll see if Reason Gaming, I'm sure they will eventually look to respond on that, but for the time being, Electrician. Okay, yeah, he's going to be pointing to the bottom lane. And going to be looking to kind of clean that up. As you do see Master of Arms, he's going for the 10-minute rune. Looking to pick that up. As going to head back in. I guess it was a refreshment. He doesn't have a bottle on him or anything. Okay, yeah, Regen's going to be top lane. And actually Kraken will go ahead and bottle that up for himself. So back to kind of the lanes we go here for either side. As they're going to kind of split back out right here once again. So going to make their presence felt in the lanes once again. But, I mean, you just see the positioning here by Recent Gaming. It's they're playing very passive. They're just waiting for a hook attempt, but BMG, obviously, they're smart enough team to realize that's exactly what's going on. Swiftblade's up there getting some creep farm, but the supports are playing very, very passive. They're not giving them the hook chance. You see Prisoner, he's even thinking about maybe guessing, and that could have been correct if he actually went for the angle right there correctly, but obviously not able to go out, and in the end going to be fine. But, top lane, chain reactions. No, but yeah, now Swiftblade, they know the stun's down right here. They're going to go into Torture. There's a pull on a Rhapsody. Just going for an put down. Down goes Rhapsody. But at what cost here? Torture taking some good damage. He is going to barely survive. He will eventually go down. The Protective Charm did a lot of work. Empath goes inside. The quick runaway. But out comes the chain right there from Prisoner. Wow, the shackled ability. Just enough heal, though. And a Swift Slash to turn around onto Jerizaiah. Ends up being a double tap onto Fuzi. And now you see, again, just going to continue to stand his ground. So, man, oh, man, Swiftblade getting so low, but he is now 5-0-3. Holy crap. Holy crap. 5-0-3, 400-plus gold per minute. And, Super KG goes and cleans up on Masera, playing that Prisoner who was simply trying to run away in the background. So, not going to happen right there. And Master of Arms, Rhapsody. You see, Rhapsody, I don't think she was expecting Puppet Master to be there out of nowhere, so it's right into him, and Puppet Master's like, hey, what's up? You're dead. Master of Arms, he's going to do his best to juke on out of here. He does have one port coming in, but it's not nearly enough, so big time. And actually, Handskin, yeah, that might have been a poor decision to port in. Well, it definitely was a poor decision, I'll put it that way. He should have probably looked to cancel that immediately as soon as he realized that how many heroes were there, but chose to continue to port in, and obviously, in the end, gets taken out. So this bottom tower, it's going to be pushing to the point of death right here. There goes the first tower. You see Kraken going to do his best to kind of push the middle lane. And Swiftblade as well, just falling back before too much up there. But Kraken at least trying to get some counter presence. But, I mean, overall, this really is sitting in to stay a pretty even game here between these two teams. As far as their back and forth is concerned. I mean, the overall lead, only a 1,700 gold lead and a 1,600 experience lead right now in favor of the Legion side. Oh, will they beat Kraken out? This could be something. Okay, I'm guessing they realized that it was just an illusion off the bat, and yeah, you see right here, Torch is like, yeah, you're not the real thing. Still does a little bit of damage to him, but not nearly enough to scare him off. 2,300 gold saved up on Puppet Master right now. So, where is he going to go, man? Where is he going to go with this gold here? He's obviously has more than enough for Whispering Helm, but no, he's going to go straight into the Assassin Shroud, it looks like. He buys the Broadsword and the Steam Staff. Going to be on the courier being delivered to him, so going right into the Assassin Shroud here, ASAP. They want him to be that big damage threat. Rune Cleaver being worked on by Swiftblade. Excuse me there. In the meantime, as he is at the top lane here, you do see Rhapsody. Oh, he's going to throw some staccato stuns onto Electrician. He's going to be chased back. There's the hook in from Prisoner, and Rhapsody gonna end up falling when it's all said and done. Static grip on his Swiftblade in the meantime. He's gonna be completely locked down, and yes, he will be killed. He has those flashes, couldn't get it off in time though. And Empath also gonna get caught out, so this fight big time for the Helmet team. But a big release. The Kraken also coming out. Empath jumps inside Kraken. They're going for turn kills, and they're at least gonna get one right there. Down goes Prisoner, down goes Torture. Electrician and Jerizaiah forced to just run away themselves. They should be fine when it's all said and done. Soul's Blessing is still up for Jerizaiah. I don't think he's found the opportunity to actually use it just yet. But again, that kind of goes back to, this is a secondary support, part of a trial lane. He hasn't had it for the longest time. They're going to go back in, though. Protector Charm goes up. Not nearly enough lockdown, though. It's Electrician Jerizaiah. I don't know what they were thinking right there. That was just silly. I mean, they do not have the damage output. Well, Puppet Master does. He catches Kraken. It's not going to be enough for the kill, though. He put the hold on the Puppet. Remember, that transfers now. That's done so for a while, but it's still not going to be enough to finish him off for Willie, maybe. Yes, he's going to go in. He will get the kill, but it does come at the cost of the life for Electrician, and now Puppet Master, he's in trouble. It's like some mid-wars action at the top lane, basically. Puppet Master will go down. Prisoner with the hook, ain't going to connect, and they're just going to sit back, hugging the towers. It's just non-stop, man. I mean, hey, at least we're getting a hell of an entertaining game here when it comes to action. You see Torture does get picked off. And now Swiftblade is going to start to run away off to the side. As, yep, he is going to Ghost Marches away before getting killed. So, when it's all said and done, is going to be fine. Picks up a Haste Rune. And heading back towards the middle lane. Is he still not dead? Oh, yeah, he did die. That's right. But he's 5-1-6 overall as far as his spread. So, again, it seems like a Reason game continuing to do just enough to kind of hang in there. But now Puppet Master has died a couple times. He does have that Assassin Shroud. I want to say he didn't have that in the last fight. Maybe he did. I don't think he did, though. So, anyways, he has it now nonetheless. And so we'll see if some possible big kills can be coming up here in the near future, especially on Swiftblade. Oh, this is a big possibility. There's the open on Swiftblade. He doesn't have his Voodoo Puppet, or else this should be a kill already. It's not going to matter, though. They do get the kill, and they deny the tower on top of that. So good presence there. Panny doing a good job in making sure to take care of business with the tower deny. And obviously Puppet Master doing more than enough damage to help finish off Swiftblade, despite not having his Voodoo Puppet. So Assassin Shroud already coming to play right away, and obviously now BMG very aware of that, if they weren't already, that he now has it, and Empath. Oh, this is scary. Empath just hiding in the woods. Holy crap. Talk about the presence of mind for Handscan, but at the same time he did have a word of sight to spot that, so want to give credit where credit's due, but yes, there was vision there, so it wasn't just simply Spider Senses tingling. He actually had vision of him running up there initially before he popped the Assassin Shroud. And hey, it worked. It paid off big time. So that ward of sight definitely worth its weight in gold right there. As far as the placement is concerned, bottom lane, they were trying to get a kill. I believe that was on Swiftblade, actually, but he does pour it out before he gets caught. So it's going to be fine. Electrician. Cleansing shocks himself away from the Essence Drain right there, so no stun going to be happening, or Essence Link. I always get that mixed up. I don't know why. It just seems like Essence Drain kind of just makes more sense, I guess, when it comes to the ability of what it's doing, the draining alive, but Essence Link at the same time, I guess, also makes sense. So, yeah, obviously, again, Cleansing Shock, very powerful tool for many reasons. And just another one right there, as we saw. But, yeah, again, going back to Jerezai, he does have an Astrolabe here, so he doesn't go the Ring of Sorcery route. He goes the early Astrolabe route just for the sake of the team support. He has a Soul's Blessing, hasn't found the opportunity to use it just yet. But here we go, the opening on a Kraken. Look at that damage, man. Holy crap. Kraken, that's a Kraken. He just melted. Granted, he went first out in Portal Key, really. He does have a Mystic Vestments, but he isn't the tank. He is considering his ability. He didn't go for like a helm or anything like that earlier on, but still. They burst him down, but this could get scary now. Jerezai and Puppet Master. They're going to need to start falling back, as they do. Wall off right there. Jerezai charm, though, and easily going to be fine. So, yeah, again, it's difficult. This is a difficult Hellborn team. I mean, the more you're looking at it, between Jerezai and Electrician, it's not the easiest team to lock down, it's safe to say, when it comes to their makeup. And obviously, it's very safe to say that's the good reasoning for the lineup that was created here in terms of recent gaming. Bottom lane, Imbo Boy showing off his damage once again. The Whiplash proc goes out, and you just see a melt onto Master of Arms. He is going for that Nullifier Blade, by the way. Again, we talked about that with Jerezai, and especially alone is a very good item to have against him. Even against Puppet Master, good to have against his abilities. So it is going to prove to be a very effective pickup, but he's squishy, man. And that kind of showed right there at the bottom lane as well. Top lane, Swiftblade. He wants to stick in here. He's going to start spinning away. Out comes the Shackle. He knows he's in trouble. He does have Swift Slash. He's going to use it right here. Will he get the bounces he's looking for? Almost Torture will go down. But again, he is still in trouble. Empath jumps aside. There's the hook back. He could not sidestep it right there. Inner Light heal. But the Protective Melody comes into the last second. Swiftblade goes back in. They want the turn kill to Jerezai. And the turn kill they will get. And now they're going to continue to push in. They're going to try to find Prisoner here. And I think they might be successful with that Prisoner. He doesn't have a TP on him, it looks like. Oh, he's going to be hiding. Maybe they figured he TP'd out, unless they noticed that. Something tells me BMG, somebody figured he didn't have it, so they're going to look for him. But unless they go up here, I don't think they are. I think they're just going to get to a point where it's like, screw it. He's out of there somehow. And that is going to be the case. Meanwhile, there is action off to the side. We got Electrician running into a little bit. He does have the Helm of the Black Legion, though. Speaking of Ring of Sorcery, speaking of a very core item, another hero being that Ring of Sorcery, definitely Electrician. It's not only just the usual presence of Team Mana and whatnot to himself, but also basically, top even more so with the Electric Shield buff. So, yeah, very, very important item for him to have. And again, he is definitely becoming a solid tanky presence here. terms of what he's bringing to the table. And now you see the top lane going to start falling back before too much else action happens. So Puppet Master, he does end up going the Whispering Helm after the fact, as far as his progression is concerned. So kind of an interesting decision there to go the Whispering after the Assassin Shroud. Usually it's the vice versa, the other way around, of course, as far as the progression goes. But changing it up here, making a point, wanted the Assassin Shroud for the earlier. And hey, I mean, you can say it paid off. He definitely was able to get some big kills with it. He's 7-2-2, and you know, without that Assassin Shroud, very likely may not have been the same. But now he's going to start to build into more of that farming build again. Torturer. Not the hero he wanted to run into solo, kind of just roaming around. I don't know if he actually knew that he was there looking for him or if he was just simply placing a ward or whatever, but whatever was going on there did not turn out in his favor, of course. So he gets picked off with ease. Puppet Master going to push out the bottom lane here. You see the Whiplash out of the Assassin Shroud, 685 damage. So many damages coming out. And he has another 1,600 gold saved up. He's going to continue pushing this. BMG, as soon as they see him at this creep wave, you see them in the middle lane. Yeah, they're going to start making their way towards the bottom, though. They know that this is a good chance for them. Puppet Master, though, I'm sure he's aware that he's very possibly going to look to be jumping. Electrician's kind of playing his scout guy here. And they're going to get some good information. So, yeah, Puppet Master, yeah, you probably don't want to go that way. He's going to go down. He does have a TP. He should be fine as soon as he uses it. Yeah, there we go. So, Puppet Master going to escape, as well as Electrician. So, some good information right there. You got a little bit of decent farm coming out to push in the bottom lane. But in the end, no harm, no foul, really. So, coming up to 22 minutes in here. Swift Blade, again, the Rune Cleaver route. Very interesting decision there. Going the Rune Cleaver. Early Ghost Marches has the Abyssal Skull follow-up now. Very Dark Lady-esque when it comes to this build here. This is definitely a very Dark Lady-style build. So we'll see if that kind of continues in its tradition. Maybe the Frostburn into the full-on Dawnbringer even possibly next. I mean, Dawnbringer is not too bad, especially with the mana cost of it. So slashes, 350 mana on top of the spin. I mean, he could be putting out some, or needing some decent mana pool to use everything. And at the same time, you know, both his W and E, of course, no mana required. So it's not necessary, but might not be a bad option. And we'll see where he progresses from here. 2,200 gold saved up. Portal Key picked up on Prisoner. Always good to have on him. And it's coming a lot later, though, than, say, the Kraken's Portal Key. I mean, Kraken got his Portal Key a while ago, and Prisoner just getting his with similar items that Kraken had before he got it. In fact, he doesn't even have a Mystic Vestments on top. So, yeah, this game for Prisoner has not been the best for him. Being played by Masera here, but at least he does have the PK now. Likely like to get the level 11 here, a.k.a. level 2 ultimate, before moving on. There you go, in fact. Gets level 11, assists with some experience there at the Ancients. Level 16 Puppet Master now. He's going to go into the jungle. Uh-oh, Swift Blade. Swift Blade! You're in trouble. Puppet Show. No, he Voodoo Puppet. There we go. There's a show. And Swift Blade realizing quickly he's in trouble. Meanwhile, off to the side, there was another exchange kind of going on, but no kills, actually. Oh, okay, they did get Electrician. I apologize. So, at least it wasn't 1-for-1, but yeah, their team definitely distracted right there. I think it's safe to say favorable for Reason Gaming in the end, and actually kind of making their way to the bottom lane now. And going to start pushing that in. So Puppet Master going to lead the way down here. Off to the side, Empath, Lex Talionis. On him, what level is that? Level 1 Lex Talionis, so some assisted burst damage there. Kraken, oh, he misses the charge. Could not use it quick enough. Super KG a little, slightly delayed there with actually using the ability. And allowed it, so the sidestep time to take place for Puppet Master, of course. So, yeah, they're gonna fall back as a team, realizing obviously Swift Blade coming up, and was BMG, that is, looking to defend it. Not going to give it up easily, so falling back. Congor of possible interest. Now, obviously, again, speaking of the patch, many changes. Congor, another one of those in terms of the token of life that he drops, now only lasts 5 minutes compared to the 7 minutes that it used to be prior to patch 3.4. So, you know, I love that change, and it's something that tells me, you know, that's just going to be one of those changes that seems to a lot of people like, and not really a whole lot of reason to disliked, frankly. I mean, it just encourages even more action and to use it sooner than later, rather than, picking it up and farming more with it, waiting for, say, that 2-minute mark. And that mark just comes up quicker. So, yeah, I think that's fine, and I like that change, like I said. So I'm looking forward to, again, that having an impact. Congor, by all means, still a very, very worthy boss to kill, and probably seen in most of the same situations as before. Again, Kraken! Not the best angle. Super KG doesn't usually play the Kraken, so not really landing the charge the best right here. Electricity, holy crap, the heals coming out, including the Soul's Blessing, and now the Hellborn team looking for some counter kills. Will they get any? Kraken out to the side, he's in an awkward spot. Protect the Melody coming out of the background. Prison Break used by Prisoner. There's a Voodoo Puppet, and down goes Switchblade. Down goes Rhapsody in the background with the release of Kraken. He charges Puppet Master forward. There's the wall off, and Puppet Master will fall. The Purge on him as well, also assisting. And now you see Electrician and Jeremiah. They are forced to fall back. Nice slow on a Jeremiah from Kraken right there. He could have used that Electrician. Again, another miss! Nami charge is not Super KGE's ability, apparently, but it doesn't matter in the long run. A hat trick coming out for Jonas and Fan. And a 1 fight for BMG. So that's one of those fights, of course, where it really sets the tone of the game right now. Up until that point, it's been maybe a slight lead for BMG, but definitely a lot of positives for Recent Gaming. But now after that, BMG gaining really solid control of this game. You still have a Puppet Master who actually, wow, just finishes a full Hellflower. He didn't even have any build-up into it, and he gets a full Hellflower here. Holy crap. That's going to be dangerous. So Hellflower picked up on him. Again, his farm, 485 gold per minute. Yeah, so he is still strong, and we kind of saw that last fight in terms of what he was doing and as far as his damage output, but simply he eventually got caught out. So I will say, as many the Tsunami charges haven't been the prettiest here from Kraken and Super KG. There was the one in that fight where he did pull back or charge back Puppet Master that eventually got him killed, as he put him in that bad position as a result. So that's where it was great to see for him, but in the long run, hasn't been having the best. But got the one that matters, I guess you could safely say. Firebrand picked up on Swiftblade, by the way, so again, kind of going that route. Maybe Geometer's Bane, maybe just a Frostburn, we'll see. 3,800 gold on Master, wow. 3,800 gold picked up here, nearly 39 really. I mean, he has enough for the Shrunken Head, so I wonder if it's just simply really got it from that fight, hasn't purchased it just yet, or changing his mind perhaps, but he has the Mighty Blade already, so yeah, only need the 2,900 gold to finish it up as far as that's concerned. So we'll see. It looks like Pandy was having some issues there. Reconnected, though, so I'm sure we'll get the go-ahead to do an unpause here and continue on in game number 1. Any minute. There we go. All right, looks like Reason's ready. And now it's just a matter of BMG. So, again, here we are. We got Reason versus Bad Monkey Gaming. And, not the initial matchup that we had planned going into today, but hey, what a great one we end up having here. It's, two not only solid teams going at it, well, very good teams, frankly, going at it in the end, but also having a very entertaining match. 25-18 hero kills, as we are now approaching 27 minutes into the game. So the Ancients going to be double stacked here for Swiftblade, and he's going to finish those off. So Master Varm, so what again, still saving up. I guess the point of maybe wants to make sure he has a buyback to it. Has been just a crazy action-intensive game. So I guess that's no fault in that really. He's getting close to that really. He did finish a level 2 Nullifier Blade as well before going into what I think is going to be the Shrunken Head follow-up. Middle lane, a little bit of invis action back and forth. You see the Assassin Shroud used by Puppet Master. Invis rune on Kraken. He doesn't have an Assassin Shroud. That'd be weird. I shouldn't say weird. Different. Different's probably more appropriate word in that case. But yeah, the level 2 Nullifier Blade, I mean, no doubt it's been an impact too as far as the purge effect and just the raw damage output that it does. I mean, I think several players, Kokas that have had in the past have brought out the point. It's whenever we talk about Nullifier Blade, it seems like it's a general consensus that it's an underrated item and that it should be picked up more. And you don't need to be going up against a Jeremiah to pick it up by any means. It should be picked up more, but for whatever reason, it's just not. It's just not, and I think it's more of a comfort factor in the end, but. Again, in this case, it just especially made sense, and he went for it and making use here. Shrunken Head is finished, and then he actually buys another Quick Blade on top of that. So, He's got all about the agility here with the no fire level 2 and now a quick blade. Probably going to be that firebrand, of course, into the eventual geometer's bane, perhaps. But yeah, he's a big presence now with these fights. So you look at Fuzi kind of being the ultimate carry for the team with that swift play, but at the same time, Master of Arms, doing the better farm, and he's putting in a lot of good damage himself. Now, Congor kind of being attempted here by Reason, but in the end, you don't see it's going to be a full kill. They're kind of taking it slowly here, back in, back out. There is no vision right now by the Legion side. I don't think BMG has vision unless I'm missing something. It doesn't look like it. So right now, Bad Monkey Gaming, I think they have somewhat of an idea. I mean, they were kind of in the vicinity, but it's almost as if they're just simply giving up in the end. Maybe they just don't. Maybe they were under the assumption, and maybe not. But no, they got to figure if anything that is going on. And sure enough, it is. So Congor gets slain, excuse me. Again, though, Token of Life only lasting 5 minutes. So Puppet Master has it now. We'll see when that mark turns on in terms of the throttle, I guess, more appropriate for Puppet Master here and his team. And they're going to go right away, actually. They're not going to waste any time. They figure better now than ever, and, again, when you are down by 11,000 gold in experience, you do have a token now on your side. Why not try to make it happen as soon as possible? Here we go, Puppet Master. There's the charge. Good in. And holy crap, he just melted. The no fire blade comes out. He just gets taken out. Puppet Master will be survived as Soul Blessing comes out, protecting him out in the background, but now Rhapsody going to be locked down. She gets a lot of charges off, though, finally falls. In the end, Sharkin heads up all over the place. Puppet Master finally able to get a little bit of damage off, but it's not nearly enough. Just too much lockdown. The no fire blade doing a lot of work right there. And in the end, Bad Monkey Gaming will not only hold them off, but fight them off. And hat-trick coming out again for Jonas and Fan Super KG. I don't know what that was about. He kind of goes in right there all reckless and ends up dying. Pandy does get picked up in the background. It looks like Electrician is going to survive. I guess his Super was maybe expecting a charge to happen right there, but obviously wasn't able to get it off, and in the end gets taken out. So 50 seconds resurrection for him, but big picture, they're doing just fine. I'm sure they're laughing it up. Again, they're having a good time here. This is just a King of the Hill event. I say that because there's not a whole lot on the line in the end, and as we talk about every single week. Really, the teams here just happen to be here, have some fun here, and still at least playing somewhat of a competitive atmosphere between another top-tier team. But definitely going to be some fun plays as well, as we kind of saw right there. But yeah, BMG, definitely another statement made, and I don't know if Reason Gaming really has much fighting power left in them. I mean, that's the other thing with the going into a fight like that, throwing up the charm on a Puppet Master going into the fight, it just sets up the easy no fire blade target for Master. It's one thing that I guess where I'm getting at is maybe look to use it as the fight starts. And so, at least force Master of Arms to make a quick reaction, not just give him the target right off the beginning. It's almost as if they sent him in right there, that not realizing that they had an old fire blade on the other side. But, I mean, he's had it now for the longest time. So, obviously, they know it's just, it didn't work. I mean, we saw the damage output that game. It was just absurd how quickly. Not only he died the first time, but even the second time. He barely survived if it wasn't for the last second Soul's Blessing. He was definitely dead quickly again. He barely survived, but even with that, he just was not able to do enough damage in the end. So we see double stack Ancients right here. It's going to be triple stack. Most likely going to wait to make that happen. Is that Assassin Shroud? Yeah, Assassin Shroud and Swift Blade. So yeah, just sitting on the Firebrand. Building up the Assassin Shroud now. And there's a fire Searing Light. Searing Light picked up on Master of Arms. One of those names. Searing Light was the name I was looking for. Coming out onto him. So, good to see him. Kraken, level 17. He's just playing patient up here at the top lane. They're definitely waiting for somebody to push it in, but that's not going to happen. Reason Gaming, they're definitely at a point, too, where they're just all about sticking together, not making too many risks. At the same time, though, is that going to lead to your success? Probably not. I don't know if he's used the Whispering Helm cooldown either. Again, I was kind of curious about that. Speaking of Whispering Helm, the new units in the jungle. Oh, actually, he finds Empath right here, but there is a little bit of support nearby. Empath will end up falling, and it looks like, yes, he is going to survive. Jeremiah's Charm doing enough. Bottom lane in the meantime. Master of Arms picks off Electrician, and that's kind of just hitting me, too. I think of the Null Fire Blade. Not only is it just great for the Purge effect, but holy crap, it dominates. It dominates a hero like Electrician, considering how reliant he is on that mana pool. Super KG finds himself in an awkward spot. He's definitely going to get taken out right here. Jeremiah used the Soul's Blessing right there to make sure to get the kill. I mean, that was interesting. And now here comes Swiftblade. Easy kill on a panty. Unfortunately, the bounce did not go further. He was also looking to extend on a Jeremiah, but obviously did not happen. And Jeremiah is going to be fine for now. Going back in. Yep, not going to be fine in the end. He actually dropped the bound die, and that's just going to be picked up by Master. So, as the great Samuel Jackson just said right there, I wouldn't be surprised. Here comes the concede vote, perhaps, for Recent Gaming. I think the end is definitely going to be near. They are a team, though. They're known amongst the top teams, especially the one that won't concede sooner than later. They'll hang in there. Look at that protected Melody, saving Swiftblade initially, and now they're going full force. Puppet Master. A fan, man. This is not a hero. There's a lot of non-hero player combinations that we haven't seen for a long time, or usually. And but Jonas fan on the Master of Arms, play the short lane master in this case, definitely standing out, man. He's done some good work on that hero, and you see the top tower now. Also going to be pushed in right here and destroyed. So 20,000 gold lead, 21,000 experience lead. Full Dawnbringer now going to be delivered to Master of Arms. Genjiro possibly finished by Swiftblade, I'm sure, here very shortly. It's sitting on 4,300 gold, so once again, maybe the idea of buyback. But yeah, again, if you're the Hellborn team, if you're Recent Gaming, I just don't see any obvious out in terms of that, giving them a chance. It's the team fight presence. It's strong, especially. It's always strong when you have a Jeremiah, especially. But when you're going up against a level 2 Nullifier Blade on a Master of Arms that's just been on top of just, it seems like every purge that's been necessary, he's been hitting. It feels like, and yeah, making his life difficult. Again, Electrician with that mana pull that he's so reliant on. How quickly I'm sure it's just disappearing with that Nullifier Blade auto attacks, especially in the red form. Prisoner just gets found, and, well, easy pick off onto him. Shrunken Head in the works for Puppet Master. I mean, that kind of goes to the idea, too. If, possibly him going the Shrunken Head might have made more sense rather than the earlier on, the Hellflower follow-up. Again, the Nullifier Blade, so Protective Charm is great, but it's just being purged off, it seems like, when it matters. So, but in the end, he's trying for it now, but again, going to be caught. Again, look at the damage! Especially just from Master of Arms, it is just absurd. Again, I'm at the point now, a little bit surprised that Recent Gaming really isn't saying, all right, enough is enough, and let's move on to the second game. But they are for now. Once again, going to just continue to hang in there a little bit. Is that a full wing bow? It is. Swiftblade's like, I don't need a Genjiro. I need a straight-up wing bow, so I'm just going to go for one of those. Soulsborg finally finished on Kraken. Like it matters at this point, but picks it up there. And this middle tower now dropping it below half-life. Invulnerability coming out. This tower is going to easily fall. 33 more seconds on Resurrection for Puppet Master. I'm guessing he doesn't have a buyback. Yeah, he doesn't. Only 950 gold saved up currently. And this one in the game, level 19, yeah, does not have enough for a buyback. So easy racks are destroyed in favor of Bad Monkey Gaming. And now progressing their way to the bottom lane. Oh, there's the Shackles. Prisoner. Be running away after the fact. Master of Arms chasing in. Prisoner 945. Oh, he's just going to melt once again. Jonas Fan, obviously having Empath inside definitely helps as well big time. But yeah, they're at the point where they're just having extra fun with it, diving into the well even of Recent Gaming. But again, overall, Recent Gaming, this was a hell of a game number one here. They definitely had their chances, but it's just that Nullifier play. There was that middle fight especially where, I mean, at that point they were down, but they had the token on Puppet. They were seeing what they could make happen right away. And they saw. It wasn't much. The Nullifier Blade just doing way too much off the bat. Quad kill for Fuzi out of nowhere. As Super KG, again, is just like, I'm done. He just sits in the well, basically, and gets himself killed. GG's being called, though. It looks like it is going to be official now. And game number one will go to Bad Monkey Gaming over Recent Gaming here in this best out of three. So congratulations to BMG taking game number one. Jonas Fan, once again, 16-3-11, doing work there. But overall, obviously, a great team effort. And hell, what a game to watch. A tri versus tri lane action. Always fun to see that, especially the top tier teams going at it. And Man, they'll start there for a reason. That trailing themselves, they went for the kill initially off the bat. They got the hook, but it kind of backfired off the bat, and they just could not really get it going from there. The secondary support, Jeremiah, also a little bit of question mark. Consider that final pick, Master of Bonds, just even more so, just making so much more sense. Not only just where he lane, just the nullifier blade, how extra powerful it is on a hero like him, and how necessary it was this game for several reasons. So, yeah, you could say there was also a bit of outdrafting going on there in favor of Bad Monkey Gaming against Reason there for game number 1. But again, hey, got a game number 1 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, as always, going to be going on a short break right here, but we should have